Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to Heroes of the Storm, and we're looking at Sylvanas Windrunner. This is the second video where we'll be focusing on a unique build, and in this case we're going to be focusing on an anti-creep build. I might do more videos with her because I kind of like Sylvanas. Unfortunately, I do feel she's a bit overpowered, so I might wait until she gets some tweaks. Who knows when that might happen, though. But this is the anti-creep build, so let's take a look at what we're going to get. These options are a bit more obvious than the anti-player build, because there's a lot of good anti-player options, depending upon what you're trying to do, and hopefully you found that build entertaining. For this one, though, it's pretty obvious. We're going to get Barbed Shot. Triple damage to minions. That's just going to make it so that we can kill minions a lot quicker. Mercenaries. This is really just, I would say, the go-to one, because you're going to decimate creep lines with this, especially when it synergizes with the other talents we're going to pick. We're going to increase the duration of Black Arrow. Normally it's 1 second, this will bring it up to 2. This will just make it a lot easier to take out a line, and especially if the enemy is pushing really hard with a large minion push, or maybe there's mercenaries in the line, you can shut that line down for 2 full seconds while you're doing damage to it. And again, this is going to synergize really well with some of the other stuff we're going to get. And in this case, this is the big one. This is the synergy one. This is unstable poison. We're going to get that. It makes mercenaries explode, and minions, when they're under the effects of Black Arrow. So you're going to have this 2-second effect that they're already on, and then you're just going to make everything blow up. And then anything that blows up might kill another minion that also blows up. So you can see where that's going. It's going to take out a huge line. You can have a Sylvanas basically walk up on a line and absolutely decimate it within a couple seconds. She's just very strong anti-push, and has her own push that's very strong as well. Going to 10 for this build, we're going to be using Possession. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care for Possession too much. I don't feel like it's strong enough for what it could be, especially when you've got Wailing Arrow as your alternative. But I'm going to go ahead and grab it to show it off. And again, it's going to be difficult because you kill minion waves so quick once you've gotten to level 7. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And then as you get stronger and stronger, minion waves will die in about a second. So this is one of those things where I'm going to have to use it quickly before I completely kill an enemy wave. And, you know, hopefully we'll get it upgraded and be able to show the use of pushing mercenaries back. At 13... we are going to grab... oh, which one is it? Here we go. Splinter Shot. Withering Fire hits a second enemy. This is one of those things where it doesn't do as much damage, right? But it's useful for pushing back creep even more, right? Because you're going to hit an enemy that you're attacking, and then you're going to have Withering Fire hit 2 enemies. And then it's just, again, a cascade effect will happen where enemies will just start blowing up. And the best part is when you're near an enemy hero, you can still hit the creep line and do damage that way. So let's say an enemy hero is in the middle of their creep line. Think of the damage amplification you could do to that hero as you're blowing the creep up around them and hitting them with Withering Fire. And Withering Fire's secondary shot is killing the creep around them to just make them explode. There's a strong tactical advantage there to kind of punish the enemy for sitting and holding in their minion wave when you're doing that. Going to 16, we will grab, for this one's tough because Cold Embrace is really honestly great for this build, but I try not to use the same talent twice in these videos. So what we're going to probably do is get Will of the Forsaken as an escape. It's really a strong ability. Having a sprint on any character that's kind of squishy is great, and since we're building this Sylvanas as not more of an anti-hero but more of an anti-creep, we're going to probably need a way to get to escape, because we're not going to do as much damage as we could potentially do to an enemy player, and I think that's a really strong talent. We will, of course, be getting Dark Lady's Call to show it off. Possession will increase to 30% additional power instead of 20, and allow us to get mercenaries from the enemy. I think this is really where Possession really works. It is pretty strong, but unfortunately, at this point, it seems like I really think that could have been a base level for Possession, being an ultimate. But unfortunately, it's not. An alternative for this, since we are doing anti-creep, would be Fear of the Storm, where you just do a ton of damage to the creep right away. You just fire and everything blows up. Since I want Black Arrow to basically go off and kill the creep, I'm not going to grab that. This would probably have been a good alternative to the anti-player build, because the additional damage does proc on heroes I've seen. But the AoE only affects mercenaries. And that's why this would definitely be great if you want to push back mercenaries, but at this point, by level 20, you're already doing a ton of damage to mercs with your black arrows and the explosions. You really don't need it if you want it. So we're going to get Dark Lady's Call to, not only are we going to push back the enemy pushes, but we're going to steal their mercenaries from them to make our push even stronger. And hopefully it'll work. I think the weakness of this build, as you're probably going to see, is going to be the use of Possession. Everything else is actually really strong. I would, if you were going to use a build like this, probably take the Vulnerability, because that gives you a little anti-player, and, you know, as well as a strong anti-creep push should you need it, because everything that you hit gets vulnerable. And then also get the Wailing Arrow. Those would be the options I would probably change for this build. But for now, we're going to go in and see how it works, so please enjoy.
Victory for the Forsaken!
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We are doing Sylvanas Windrunner, and I'm going to be my anti-minion, anti-creep build. And yes, all of my matches have been recorded on April Fool's Day. The giant heads are everywhere. Look at this. Look at the giant hat. Well, it's normally a giant hat, but still.
My will 10 seconds.
Alright, so here we go. We start off with Barbed Shot. Withering Fire does triple damage to minions and mercenaries. It's 200% additional damage, so it's a total of 3 times.
Well, heroes.
I will take you on with my bare hands.
So definitely want to be in the bottom lane for this, because that's where I'm going to excel. I'm going to have... well, that big-headed Tychus, you can kind of see it. I'm going to excel at pushing, and getting minions is what I want. We're going to have this again. This is exactly what happened in my last match. Alright, let's back off a little bit. I like that clunk of arrows hitting metal. Yeah, you kind of wasted your opportunity on that one.
Control them and let loose the Dragon Knight. Done.
So what's good about this is I'm going to eventually outpush these two. They're probably going to be able to take this at first, but that's fine. I'm going to eventually be able to push them out of here. You can kind of see the damage that does to that mercenary there. So I'm going to let them have the shrine. I'm not going to worry about it. As long as top can do its job, they're not giving me anybody down here to work with, so I'm solo against 2 people, so we're not going to really worry about it. I'm not going to push myself further than I need to. And now there's 3 down here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to play it safe. I don't have the power yet, but I will. Okay, hammer moved away. Oh! Almost got hammer. Alright, I've already used my fountain, so I need to go back. I kind of hate leaving Chin there by himself.
Choose a talent.
Unfortunately, we lost the top because of his leaving. It's not his fault, it's just that they took advantage of that. Alright, increase black arrow duration. Let's do what we can. Look at that, 111 compared to my 51 shot. My basic attacks will not kill this one faster than Withering Fire will kill the other one. That is a lot of power, and this just kind of shows, I mean, look at this, at level 4, I'm already getting a mercenary ready to push against the enemy. I'm just holding Q at this point to fire as fast as possible. So let's go get the other one while we're here. The enemy team might not have enough power for taking camp, so they might not actually try to stop me. They might try to stop me, actually. They might realize what's happening. Alright, let's just hold it down. And if I hold it down, because Black Arrow lasts for 2 seconds now, all I have to do is hold down Q, and there is absolutely no problem with soloing this camp at this early. Now what's going to happen here is I'm going to get this camp, and I'm going to start using my power to take out this tower. And I'm going to force the enemy to respond. Like, here's Tychus and Hammer. They're kind of sitting over there. They're guarding the Dragon Shine. That's great, but they're about to lose a tower. And if they leave me alone, possibly a keep. They have to decide what's more important to them at this point.
Do not test my patience.
Oh, yeah, that's just too far. There we go. Wow. Alright. Hit that, please. Thank you. There we go. Alright. Explodes enemies on death. So there we go. Look at this. Look at this. They are oblivious to what's happening behind them. They are completely oblivious.
Do not test my patience.
It's already too late, Hammer. It's already too late. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. But I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh my god, I'm leaving. He has no idea I went that way. Look at this. Look at this. That is the power of Sylvanas when she's left alone. And I haven't even unleashed my final form yet.
Behold my power. This is not even my final form. My power level will be over 1 billion.
So possession is going to be what we're going to grab, and let's be honest, against this team it's probably not going to be a big deal, because I doubt they're going to be taking mercenaries. I'm just going to be using it to push their camps back. Now, if I'm lucky, they may actually get... I say if I'm lucky.
Get the order.
I suppose if I'm lucky or unlucky, they may actually end up throwing catapults our way, but in order for that to happen... is he actually gonna come after me? Let's see what happens here. No, he's not. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use that to just do more damage. Or to use more black arrow. Alright, here we go. Now I can just lock these next two down. They're going to be doing damage to the line, but again, they're kind of ignoring... Well, in this case, they don't know that I'm down here. But I'm going to just start pushing against them from behind, using Sylvanas' natural abilities for it.
Done.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, look at that explosion. I haven't shown that off yet. I have a full stack of Withering Fire again, and I just do a ton of explosion damage. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, American Pie, whatever, I don't know. I find it funny that I have killed their keep before killing these towers. Oh, they're actually pushing... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and steal that knight. I've got 4 seconds to do it in. And look at the explosions. Just look at what happens with the explosions. Pop. Even mercenaries die in the same fashion. She's going to keep doing damage to me, but she's not going to kill me before we take all this out. There we go. Alright, we're out of here. And we've got the Dragon Knight. I'm going to try and use my possession more often. Since I never care for it, I don't often use it. You'll have my apologies for that. But I'll kind of try and show it off. I'm going to keep pushing against this bottom. I can't believe I did that. I just completely backdoored them while they're sitting there. And here we go. Just locking this down. I mean, I can just do this so easily now. The enemy is pushing the bottom as hard as they can, so I'm not going to be able to do too much here, but I'm going to start picking up mercenary camps now. Okay, Withering Fire hits a second enemy. This is great. This will help with this. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Banshees to lock them down even further. And now here we go. Once again, no damage.
The hero has abandoned the battle. Done.
Alright, let's use my... Well, watch this. I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to just start doing explosions and boom. The entire line is dead. That
The hero
easy.
has rejoined the battle. Fought destroyed.
Give the order.
The shrines awaken. Who will control the dragon knight's power?
Alright, he might actually beat me in this. Well, I was going to win, but Sonya came and saved his bacon. That's unfortunate. I would have actually beaten Tychus. And I think that's, again, I've kind of talked about Sylvanas being overpowered. The fact that I nearly beat Tychus and I'm not even building for anti-player damage right now, you know, I think that maybe there's just too much going on. Oh man, Nova. It was a nice try, but he was just too close to the wall to use triple tap. But, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of power on Sylvanas. She can push back assassins as a specialist. She has assassin talents as a specialist. It's pretty crazy. I wonder what kind of build their Sylvanas is doing. We'll have to take a look at that. Alright, well, the Forsaken will allow me to get away. Now, I'm not going to be able to... especially if she's building any kind of player damage build, I'm not going to be able to deal with her.
Give the order.
Alright, let's go ahead and take that archer away from them, because I can't take mercenaries yet. I have to get level 20 before I can do that. Oh, no. You see, no, you don't throw mercenaries at Sylvanas. It's just, look at this. It doesn't work. I mean, you tried. You tried, really, but Sylvanas just shuts them down. And then there's that line done, and I've got 4 stacks of Withering Fire still. It's like I can blow up a line, and it doesn't cost me anything. Part of her being, I would have to say, part of her being overpowered is her sustain as well. I've fought Sylvanas. I tried fighting her as a thrall. I just had a huge problem with her because she could keep hitting me from a distance. Obviously, that's Thrall's kind of weak point. But even when he had built his damage up, I had a hard time with her because I had her to the point where I was out sustaining her a little bit. I had more mana than she did. She had like no mana, but she could still fire this Withering Fire. And so it was like anytime I'd get close to her, I would die. So she has this unusually high ability to punish melee characters. And here I am, once again, just kind of taking out 2 towers. Just holding Q at this point, waiting for the explosions to happen. Alright, let's go get another mercenary camp, shall we? Oh, Shen, you're gonna try that? I mean, I know he can do it, but it's gonna take him a while because he's Shen. Let's just do it. And then down here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decimate this line. But I'm going to take possession of him first, and then blow it all up. So, and he's got 20%. Oh man, he's supposed to go back to full life. He must have taken a hit from all of the other mercs before that happened. Oh man. I don't even know how that happened right there. That just happened. We're just in such a high spot. Look at this. We're level 19 to their 16. It's just going to be unfair at this point.
The moment is upon us.
But I think you can kind of see where Sylvanas has a huge anti-pushing capability, and it's going to get worse. Again, if we get to level 20 here and I've got Dark Lady's Call now, they can't even push mercenaries against me because I'll just steal one. If they take a siege camp, I take one of the siege minions and kill the other. If they push a bruiser camp, I can pretty much shut it down with Black Arrow and then steal one of them for good measure, and they get additional health. Alright, let's go ahead and shut this tower down, or this keep. Alright, using possession. So there, I've got a possessed knight going in. And unfortunately, even that possessed knight's gonna die. Uh-oh. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Oh, nice hit, nice hit. That was a very nice hit, but I'm getting away. So they're doing really good. I'm just going to run back to base while I watch this. There, Sylvanas is going to get away. No, our Shin didn't die because he was using his Earth, Wind, Fire ultimate.
Hit up a healing fountain.
Gazlo up there taking a few hits. It's not where his strength really lies. He's got his buzzsaws, he's got that talent, so really he probably should have just auto-attacked, because this ultimate that he's using does a ton of damage to buildings. Now it also does a bunch of damage to players, because he's level 20 now. He should have modified it. I'm pretty sure he did.
Forward.
And now that I have full health, everybody's mostly dead. Alright, let's take a look at something real quick. I want to see what their Sylvanas built. So she got damage to minions. So she's doing kind of a hybrid bit. Damage to minions, envenom, minions explode, arrow, second target, blood for blood. So she's kind of building what I'm building, except for her first ability was a little off. She got, or not her first, but her second. She got the envenom. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm dead.
Forward.
That was rather entertaining. Your king
Wow,
has
I didn't think that would kill me. Wow, okay.
killing spree.
Good job, guys. So, like I said, if I was lucky, I could possibly get some catapults to throw against them. But as you can kind of see from the map, God, they're all dead. They actually killed me and then they all die. They've done no damage to any of the primary towers. Like, they haven't... This is the only one they've even touched. I mean, this one hasn't been touched yet. It's still got its guard towers. This one's guards towers are actually pristine, so they haven't done anything against the top.
Soon the shrine shall awaken here.
And the bottom has done... Yeah, I mean, there's more than likely not a chance that I'm going to see enemy catapults to use my possession on. And this is, again, this is one of the things where Sylvanas is overpowered in some ways, certainly, but I would like to see her balanced out and balanced out in the right way. Part of that would be she really, I think, really needs to lose a little bit of that player damage that she can do. She can shut down creep lines so well. She can shut down a tower so well that maybe she needs to lose some of that player damage. Or,
Unleash its power.
if she doesn't lose the player damage, then maybe the Black Arrow, again, just needs to be taken off the basic attack. If it's on abilities, that's still pretty powerful. But you can't shut down a tower 100% of the time. You might be able to shut it down for a bit of burst, like using the or using your Withering Fire over time. You could certainly do spurts of shutting down a tower, but
I'm listening.
you're not going to be able to do it permanently. But Possession definitely needs to get a boost, because right now, I mean, you look at it at this level, at level 20, it's practically useless to me unless they get a Mercenary. Because, honestly, all I can really do is take the creep minions, and the creep minions die in a couple hits. Even with the bonus health and damage that they're given, they die so fast. It's not even worth it. Like, other enemy creep will kill my creep minion super fast, unless I help it. And I just kind of think that's ridiculous. So I'd like to see Possession upgraded, maybe get the ability to take mercenaries, to capture mercenaries from the beginning, and then maybe at level 20, give them a huge boost. Kind of like...
Of course. A hero has abandoned the
what kind of
battle.
ability can I compare
A
that
hero
to?
has rejoined the battle.
Oh dear. Wait. Oh man. Okay. Nope, that didn't go well.
Do not test my patience.
Are they all dead? You know, I haven't even used my Will of the Forsaken. I might have to use it to show it off, at the very least. Oh, they took my fountain.
Do not test my patience.
Oh, no, I'm not hanging around him. No, that's not happening. So Will of the Forsaken's great. It's like 10% slower than a mount, so it's really fast.
Do not test my patience.
It's on, what, a minute cooldown? Yeah. That extra damage. Oh man, my frame dropping down to 15. This game is not very well optimized, but we're getting close to the end here, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and possess this guy.
Fear the Banshee Queen.
Just because I
The
can.
moment is upon us.
Possession is back, so I'm going to possess that guy. Possession is back again, so I'm going to possess that guy. Okay, what I'm going to do is make sure I can get away. I'm going to go ahead and use my Will of the Forsaken to show it. Now I'm unstoppable. I would cleanse any anti-movement speed. You can see how quickly you move. It's only 3 seconds, though. Well, looks like we're going to get it. We've got the Dragon Knight. We're all in there. We've got a 2-level lead. We didn't even lose a primary fort. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is Sylvanas' anti-minion push build. Now, again, this is why I just don't recommend Possession. I mean, you can see how useless, really, it was. I mean, there was no point to it. If I would have had the arrow as an ultimate, I would have been able to actually do more damage to enemy players. I would have been able to, you know, help out in team fights a little bit more. I could have sniped them from positions like when they were capturing parts for the Dragon Knight, rather than go and possess a minion that's only got 10% or 20% more health. I could have actually done like a whole bunch of damage to them. So again, she needs a boost in the form of Possession. It's just not good enough. It's not cutting it. And she needs to be reduced in some other areas, because her push is ridiculous, as well as her damage to other players. She just has a lot going on. When Murky had a lot going on, they nerfed him too. And that's the thing. You kind of, I had that thing where I backdoored a keep while the enemy wasn't paying attention. Of course, they were kind of silly to not pay attention to the fact that, hey, your keep is under attack. But, I mean, she can do what Murky used to do, only Murky did it better because he had so much damage. He did it well because he did a lot of damage. Sylvanas does it well because she just stops it from attacking, so she has plenty of time. So, the beautiful thing about Sylvanas is she's not as overpowered as Murky was when he was able to do a ton of siege damage. Simply because she can't do that much damage right away. And even then, her damage is really just more focused to clearing out the minions and the mercs more so than the towers. So the enemy team has time to react, but still, if your entire team is in front of a tower and you've shut that tower down, you've essentially nullified that threat, and they're not going to care. You know, you can group up around a Sylvanas and do that whole roaming death ball thing that everybody loves so well. That's where this is dangerous. Everybody likes to get that rolling death ball going, and if you do that with a Sylvanas taking point and stopping mercenaries and towers, there's nothing to stop you. The rolling death ball is already powerful in the fact that it can do a lot of damage quickly. And then you couple that with the fact that you can nullify the damage, it's going to be all over the place, really. So this was a pretty heavy-handed victory, and you can kind of see the siege damage I did, almost 200,000 siege damage. And that was above and beyond what theirs could do. And theirs did pretty well. I mean, their Sylvanas tried to do pretty well too, but they were at the mercy of their team. So, as I did in the last time, let's kind of take a look at their profiles, just kind of see what they were dealing with. We had a Tassadar who was at player level 20 and is almost at 21. So, congrats to him if he gets it, and he's a level 7 Gaz. Or no, that was Tassadar. So, he is a... What's his Tassadar at? A level 3. Wow. Nice. Good job there, buddy. We had a Gazlo, who was at 20 as well. And his Gaz was 4. And we have a Shen, who is 28. Whose Shen is 7. So we've got a pretty good amount of seasoned heroes here. We have a Nova who was player 40. So there's 2 40s and myself and Nova, and their Nova is an 8. Or our Nova was an 8. So looking good. Let's take a look at the enemy real quick to see what they were dealing with. A level 9 Sonya, yeah, that seems to be the case. Anytime there's this heavy-handed victory, you tend to see a lot of these low-level players. And level 2 Sonya. So I feel bad for that person, especially since they're new, having to deal with this. Really, a player of that low of a level should probably not be thrown into a game with 40s in it. And look at this, a level 14. Wow, that head just kind of glitched out, didn't it? Level 14, which character was this? That was Tass. And their Tassadar is 2. So yeah, their entire team had characters that didn't even have all their talents, pretty much. Here's a level 13, and that was was that? Oh, that was Tychus, not Raynor. No, cancel. Don't do that. That's not what I wanted. View profile, and this was Tychus, so he was 3. Wow. Alright, well, let's look at their Sylvanas. Their Sylvanas did pretty good. Level 18. They don't have a level 40 to their name. Oh my goodness. And their Sylvanas is 6. I mean, they have the highest probably player level. What about their hammer? They have a 26 hammer. So their team was probably balanced really well for them, right? They were a middle-of-the-road team with maybe 1 or 2 low-level players. But look what they were up against. I'm a level 40. Nova is a level 40. This is the kind of matchmaking that sucks. And this is the kind of matchmaking that's going to make these new players hate this game, because they just absolutely got decimated. You saw in the chat where my team was asking, why was this so easy? Well, because the enemy team didn't stand a chance. They did not have enough experience to deal with what they were fighting against. So this is just going to be it. This is kind of a lesson there. I've preached about matchmaking, and it's been kind of my war cry, and probably people are tired of hearing me say these things on Twitter and videos about how my matchmaking sucks most of the time. I think you can kind of see it here. In this case, it for once isn't a match that I lost in. It's a match that I just absolutely decimated in. It was a match that I had no business being in. I had no business beating these guys down. Now, it is really early in the morning right now, like 3 in the morning my time, Eastern Standard, but they could have at least divided it, like put this level 40 on the enemy team rather than on my team. You know, there just could have been something there that could have made this better. I don't know what, but I know a bad match when I see one, and that was not a good match. I mean, it was good for me, but again, I'd rather have a good match that feels tight, feels back and forth. They barely even touched one of our towers. So there you have it. Hey, but you know, I hope it was at least entertaining, and you can kind of see the power of Sylvanas. I do like her. I just really want to see her get fixed. And until that happens, I'll probably play some other characters, but I will look at Sylvanas again if they ever give some fixes on her. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you again.